Hello students, welcome to your social class. Today we are going to our next part of the chapter, Print Culture and the Modern World. This is the 7th chapter of History, class 10th. Till now, we have read how print reached to India in the 16th century through Portuguese missionaries, and later, many newspapers, journals, and books started printing in large numbers, which enlightened the people about their rights. And people got a common platform to discuss various things related to social, political, and religious issues. Today, we are going to take a new topic. This is also related to India and the development of print here. This is new forms of publication which developed in India later. So except the newspapers, journals and books, the other literary forms which emerged that time in India were first is novels. This literary form first developed in Europe. It fulfilled the need of people to write about their emotions and experiences. How it fulfilled the need? Because it gave them chance to write about their emotions and experiences elaborately in a descriptive way, so it was easy for them to express themselves in a better way. And soon this form acquired completely Indian form and style as it reached to India. It also opened up new world of experience for readers who were reading the novels for the first time. It was a new kind of experience for them, and it gave a clear sense of diversity of human lives. As the novel was able to describe the different human lives in a diversified way. Other literary forms which developed during that time were lyrics, short stories and essays about social and political matters. And by the end of the 19th century, with the setting up of an increasing number of printing presses, a new visual culture was taking shape. What is a visual culture here? Now, visual images could easily be reproduced in multiple copies. Painters like Raja Ravi Verma, you must have heard the name, he is a famous painter of India, produced images for mass circulation. Cheap prints and calendars were now easily available in the market for the people to buy. They could be bought even by the poor to decorate the walls of their homes or places of work, as it was easy to buy them. So they could decorate their homes and places now easily with these beautiful things. This is an example of visual images here. You can see this is one of the examples of mythological paintings, a kind of visual form whose innumerable copies, many copies were painted at Ravi Verma Press. After making this image, he could copy them in multiple numbers, and this is an example how beautifully he painted the pictures. And by 1870, caricatures and cartoons were being published in journals and newspapers commenting on social and political issues. As you know, these are the medium of commenting on social and political issues even today through newspapers. This can clearly give an insight to its readers. Women and print now. How print affected the women of India. Lives and feelings of women began to be written in clearer and deeper ways now. Therefore, women's reading increased enormously in middle class homes. Broad-minded husbands and fathers began educating their wives and daughters at home and sent them to schools when girls' schools were set up in the cities and towns after the mid-19th century. So this was the advancement because of the print culture, that women uh, is also getting chance to study now, which was not possible earlier before the coming of print, when manuscripts were being made. Journals began carrying writings by women explaining the importance of women education. But not all families were liberal. This is just the example of a few families who were liberal and broad-minded in thinking. In some Hindu families, they believed that a literate girl would be widowed. This was a kind of superstition which was there in the minds of the people, that if they were giving her education, she could be widowed. and some Muslims feared that educated women would be corrupted by reading Urdu romances. So, this was another misconception by the people, but sometimes women challenged such kind of prohibitions, such type of restrictions. They were getting angry and they challenged it. Many women learned to read and write secretly, so nobody can stop if you want to do something. In East Bengal in early 19th century, Ras Sundari Devi, a young married girl, a Bengali girl, learned to read in secrecy of her kitchen and wrote her autobiography named Amar Jeeban, published in 1876. It was the first full-length autobiography published in the Bengali language. Some social reforms and novels had already created a great interest in women's lives and emotions. So, what advancement further took place from 1860s? A few Bengali women like Kailash Bashini Devi wrote books highlighting the experiences of women, about how women were imprisoned at home, how they were ignored by the men folk of their house, and how they were forced to do hard domestic labor and treated unfairly by the very people they served. So, all these things, treatments which were being done to them, they expressed it clearly in their writings. In the 1880s, in present day Maharashtra, Tarabai Shinde and Pandita Ramabai wrote with anger about the unhappy lives of upper caste Hindu women, especially widows. So, here we can see that the women were getting more and more bold to express their views fearlessly about what was going on in their lives. Even the upper caste women, they were also not happy when they became widow. So, they are expressing their sadness, their miserable conditions during that time through their writings. This is how print helped them to come to the public platform. A woman in a Tamil novel expressed what reading meant to women. It was very important. While Urdu, Tamil, Bengali, and Marathi print culture had developed early, Hindi printing began seriously only from the 1870s. In the early 20th century, journals written for women and edited by women became extremely popular. So, this was the development of print in India. These journals discussed very important issues like women education, as they were edited and published by women, so they were discussing the issues related to their life extensively, clearly and fearlessly. So, the issues were like women education, as it is compulsory, it should be compulsory for every woman. Widowhood, what is the condition when a woman becomes widow? Widow remarriage, it is actually forced by the writings of the women that widows should get the chance to remarriage, and the national movement also was discussed by the women. Some of them offered household and fashion lessons to women, and some brought entertainment through short stories and serialized novels. So, all these things were done by women in their writings. In Punjab too, literature was widely printed from the early 20th century. Ram Chadha of Punjab published the fast selling book Istri Dharam Vichar to teach women how to be obedient wives. In Bengal, an entire area in central Calcutta, namely the Batala, was devoted to the printing of popular books. Print and the poor people. Our next subtopic of this part is how print affected the life of the poor people. Cheap small books were brought to market in 19th century Madras to make it easy for poor people to buy them. From the early 20th century, public libraries were set up, expanding the access to books for common people, and from the late 19th century, issues of caste discrimination began to be written, so the people get the knowledge about what is going on in the society. Jyotiba Phule, a leader of low caste movements, wrote about the injustices of the caste system in his book Gulamgiri in 1871. you must be thinking, what are the benefits of writing all these things? So through their writings only people came to know what is their condition, and necessary steps were taken later by the authorities to improve their conditions. So this is the impact of their writing only as the society got developed gradually. In 20th century, B.R. Ambedkar and E.V. Ramaswamy wrote powerfully on caste, and their writings were read by people all over India. Kashi Baba, a Kanpur mill worker, wrote and published a book Chote aur Bade Ka Sawal in 1938. You can see not only the great writers or literate people, but even the mill workers, the low caste people, all people were tend to writing their feelings, they wanted to express themselves actually, and the print was the easiest medium for them to come to public platform. So here we are talking about Kashi Baba, who is a Kanpur mill worker. His books talks about the links between caste and class exploitation. A collection of poems, Sachi Kavitaएं, was published by another Kanpur mill worker between 1935 and 1955. In 1930s, Bangalore cotton mill workers set up libraries to educate themselves following the example of Bombay mill workers. This was a big step towards literacy. There were efforts of some social reformers behind all this who tried to restrict drinking among them, as this was the common practice among the workers of the factories. When they got free, they started drinking alcohol. So to stop this practice, social reformers tried a lot to restrict drinking among them and to bring them to literacy and to circulate the message of nationalism among them. They created libraries for them so that they can read and gain knowledge instead of going towards wrong practices. This is all about today. We will meet in the next part of the chapter again. Till then, thank you.